We're down here at the 2025 East West Shrine Game with Kain, Medrano.
Yeah.
I had to ask him a couple times because everybody knows I butcher stuff. But Kain, listen, man, you're here. It's your time to shine.
Yeah.
What was it like getting the invitation to this prestigious event?
Yeah, it was bittersweet, right? Something that you worked really hard to do. And something that, was a goal of mine going into this year was to be able to get invited to a bowl game, right? Being
All right.
This one. I'm just blessed to be here, right? Not everybody gets a shot to be here. And so the fact that I'm one of those, I got to make the most out of my opportunities.
That's a good way to respond to that. When do you kind of get the sense that this is a realistic opportunity? You could have got to college, sat the bench.
Yeah.
You never developed. Who knows why? But that didn't happen. You're a stud. You're down here at the Shrine Game. Scouts love you. When do you know that moment kind of comes? Maybe you have a great game against great opponents. Coaches are saying, Kain, teams are coming through asking about you. When do you get that real sense?
It would have been like 2 seasons ago, right, with Coach Norton. I think that really opened my eyes, like, okay, this is going to happen, right? And to just be patient, no matter if it's going to be last year that I came out or this year that I came out.
Okay.
Right? No matter what it was, I knew it was going to happen and just had that faith and, did a lot of praying and just, left it into his hands, and he got me here. So
Psalms 37:4, delight yourself on the Lord. He'll give you the desires of your heart coming to a fruition for you. You got great size, great athleticism. That's kind of a given. But what do you think scouts love about you? I mean, if they're going to break down your tape, they're going to say, man, this kid checks the boxes here.
Yeah, sideline to sideline. I think that's one of the big things, and I can play a lot of positions. Right? I can play Mike, I can play Will, I can play Sam. If you need me, I can play safety. Right, just being the athlete and the skill set that I bring. But I think that's the biggest thing is just I'm not just a linebacker. Right, I'm not just a Will backer. I can play all 3 linebacker positions, and I can play it at a high intensity and high volume.
Going talking to the teams down here this week,
Yes,
are they giving you that variety as well when they say, hey, Kain, if we put you here or there, are you getting that type of thing?
It's more, it's a lot of in Sam Will, and that's kind of what I played in college, right? But, obviously just being the competitor that I am, I think I can play all 3. But, they're coming in and they're like, if we like you at both, right? And you've done well at both, so it'll be interesting to see where I go.
All right, this is your little podcast, our time together. What goes unnoticed about your game? What do these guys need to know, these NFL teams, that they won't see on tape that's a big plus for getting you in their roster?
Yeah, I think it's more so on the sideline, right?
Okay.
I'm a guy that goes to all position groups and just understands and is checking on. I'm like, D-line, y'all need anything from the linebackers, right? Hey, DBs, do you need it? Can we reroute better? Or you know what I'm saying? What are you seeing, right? And I think that's kind of the best thing that probably outside that you won't see on the tape is just the communication that I'm trying to have with other players on the sideline, trying to, if we have to correct something that just happened earlier that drive, or if we were perfect that drive and it's just more so like, hey, did you see what you did? Hey, did you see what you did? And so I think that I bring that to the sideline. I bring that energy and that still in a way that joy that you're supposed to have playing football.
Kain, I've been doing this a long time, probably almost as long as you've been alive. That's how old I am, and that's how long I've been doing this. I promise you, I've been asking that question 1,000 trillion times, and that is probably the best response I ever got.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So think about that.
I will.
Thousands of prospects. Yeah, no, I really,
that one.
I really do mean that. That was a fantastic response. I really think it kind of, like you said, it gives the teams or everybody out here listening what you bring to the table. They see you, but on that sideline, you're an intricate piece.
Yes, sir.
Do you get comparisons to anybody or anybody at the next level where you're like, man, I love the way this guy does it. I want to put this in my own repertoire?
Yeah, I don't. Not really comparisons, but they really ask, like, who's a guy that you most trying to resemble your game. That's, for me, it's Fred Warner, obviously coming from that skill position of him being a safety before, right? And then me coming being a wide receiver, 2 linebacker, right? We both had to make a transition at some point in our college career, NFL career. And so I think for me, that's why I try and resemble my game. But I don't think really any of the scouts have told me, like, hey, you remind me of so-and-so.
Okay, fair enough. 3 more before we let you go.
Of
We
course.
call it 3 and out. A few lighthearted off-the-wall questions. Who is that guy in college offensively that you just really wanted to get after for whatever reason? Maybe they were great. Maybe they always beat you.
Yeah.
But that was the one guy where you're like, man, we want to make this guy have a bad day. Not at a personal level, in the victory level.
It was more so This is my dog, Keegan Jones. Yeah, he's a running back,
Okay.
number 22 at UCLA. He's going, calling his name. He's gonna do the pro day and stuff. But we're probably best friends, and so just that competition of he's a running back, so we always went against each other, and whether it was one-on-ones and he'd get me a couple days, or one-on-ones I get him, and it's just that competition of going back and forth. So that was the guy, at least for me, like when I knew I had one-on-ones, it was like I want to go against him because we got a little rally going, a little tally on who's winning. So
I love it, man. I can feel you getting energized.
Yeah.
I can feel you getting Tyler Barron said his running back, Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
He said that was his guy, teammate.
Oh yeah.
I love that though. Yeah. So
it's a good challenge, especially because he's a quick, speedy guy, really shifty, and so it really tests my coverage ability and my athletic ability as well. And I love that, just being the competitor I am.
Fair enough. I love it. One more for you. Draft will be here before you know it.
Yeah.
You'll be busting your tail till then. But that day, that weekend, when you hear your name come off the board, I assume you're going to be with your dearest family and friends. Mm-hmm. Who's the best cook in your family, Kain? And what would you like that person to have prepared, especially for you?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I'd probably say my Grammy, my dad's mom.
Okay.
She could throw down in the kitchen.
All right.
Lie. And my pops could throw down in the kitchen too.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's going to be a tough decision to see who gets to cook all the food.
If 7-game series, if they went to battle, who's winning in a cook-off?
Probably don't be mad at me, but probably my grandma. My Grammy, yeah. So she'll win. But she taught my dad everything he knows. So
it's kind of like an Obi Luke Skywalker thing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's a good way to spin that. At the end of your football days, you're going to be a good politician, Kain. I like it very well. Very well. Hey, man, God bless you. Appreciate you coming on, and great day today.
Yeah,
and
thank you. I
continued success.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Kain, man. Great stuff.